Hi, my name's Portia and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little story time, girl. Like, I'm going to get into all the tea. I'm a mess, basically. Basically, I hooked up with a group of straight guys. Okay, I know what you're thinking, like, girl, what are you doing? You're a mess. Listen, I'm just gonna tell the story and then you can make your decision whether or not you think I'm a slut or whatever, like, in the end. But I'm just gonna tell you my truth and I'm gonna be honest, okay? So let me get into the tea. This happened maybe like a couple of days after New Year's. So it was January, let's go with January 4th, okay? The story starts last summer, okay? So me and my good Judy, my crazy good Jude. You know, we were downtown, we were hitting the clubs, doing whatever. We were walking on the street, you know, getting our little slutty fantasy. I was in full geesh. I had a big ass blonde wig on. I had my hip pads on. Girl, I was doing the absolute most. So we were walking down the street and we actually ended up meeting these two guys. One of the guys liked her and one of them liked me, and it was a shock. This was like back when like I first discovered that guys could like me as like a drag queen, like dressed like that. So I was like, oh hi, like I was kind of feeling it. I was like, hi. We started chilling with these guys and we decided like, okay, let's go and chill with them. And so we went to these docks that are like on like on the water, basically, like at the edge of our city. We just kind of talked, which I know is every guy's favorite thing to do. So yeah, we spent our night just talking to these guys at the docks and like doing whatever, talking about, girl, who knows what. I don't even remember. I was so fucked up. So by the end of the night, I ended up getting the Snapchat from the guy that was more into me. And at the end of the night, we got their Snapchats. You know, I got my boy's Snapchat, she got her boy's Snapchat, and you know, we did our little thing, you know, we got out of here. So basically from that point, me and this one guy had a Snapchat relationship kind of thing. It wasn't a relationship, let me call it out. We were just like, we would flirt with each other on Snapchat. And mind you, this guy is straight and has only ever hooked up with women, only ever has liked women. So girl, you know. So I was his first trans girl and he is not into trans girls. This is like not a thing. I think he's just into girls in general. We talked like on and off for like some months now, and recently I started posting really poppin' pictures on my Snapchat because I'm on hormones, girl, I'm growing titties, like I'm doing the most. And he replied and was like, hey girl, and I was like, hey, like how you doing? And at this time, mind you, like I had just started hormones, so my hormones were like shooting through the roof. Like I was so freaking horny like all the time. And so this guy says, can I come over? And I was like, I mean, yeah, like whatever, like I have an apartment, like I have my own apartment all to myself. He was like, okay, I'm gonna come tonight. And he asked me, oh, can I bring a friend? And I said, I flat out said no. I was not about to have all these guys come up in here and gangbang me and throw me aside and leave me all fucked up on my bed. Hell to the no. So I was like, no, like you're not coming here and doing all that. No, that's too much. Like you're not bringing your freaking friends. There's only one of me and there's gonna be like 5 of you. Eventually later on in the night, he was like, oh, can I please bring a friend? Like blah, blah, blah. Like he explained to me some reason why he needed to bring a friend and I was like, okay, like whatever, that's fine. And so from my knowledge, it was just him and this other guy that were coming. And then right before they came, he said, I'm gonna bring another friend, is that fine? And I was like, ugh. Like, okay, whatever, like bring your friend. At this point I was drunk so that I could come and have a good hookup. So I was like, okay, yeah, like bring whoever. So he was like, okay, cool. I have me and 2 other friends coming. And I was like, okay, like whatever, girl, I'm drunk, it doesn't really matter at this point. So these boys came, and then they were saying stuff to me like, oh, twerk for us, do this, like twerk on me, blah, 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 twerk on him, do this, do that, do that. And I was like, no, like I'm literally not doing that. Like don't, they were basically trying to like have their way with me in this little circle, and they were like, just do that, trying to control me for each other. It was like some weird kind of sexual circle happening, and they were all just kind of using me as some kind of toy, I guess. And I was like, okay, hell no, like I'm not doing that. Just to make it easier, I'm gonna give these guys names. The guy that I knew going into this, the guy that I met downtown, I'm just gonna call him Tom, and his 2 friends I'm gonna call Dick and Harry. So after Tom, Dick, and Harry were like, twerk for us, do this, and blah, blah, blah. So Tom looked at me and was like, do you wanna go in the room? And I was like, all right, let's go. And so we went in the room, and you know, I did my little thing, girl. I hooked up with him in my room, like whatever, you know, girl, the absolute most. And it was fine, like it was good. Basically, it was just me doing stuff to him because, you know, I'm a trans girl and he doesn't really like my parts. Struggle with hooking up with straight guys. After I'm done hooking up with this guy, I came out of the room and I was like, okay, like, haha. And one of the guys actually had to go home. I'm gonna call like this guy Harry. So Harry actually had to go home because he had work in the morning. So he was like, oh Tom, can you drive me home? Like I need to go home, like I need to be home. And so Tom was like, yeah, I'll drive you home, like I'll be right back. He said, oh Portia, I'll be right back. Like I just need to drive Harry home. And I was like, okay, no, that's fine. Like go do your thing, whatever. Like, and so he left us there with Dick. And mind you, girl, Dick was the hottest one of them all, girl. I had my eyes on Dick as soon as he walked into the room. I was like, ooh, girl, like, hey, like, how you doing? Mind you, like, I know this is really slutty, but I'm telling you, my hormones were through the roof. It was, oh, like, shit, I wish you had more girls here that I could have hooked up with. And I was like, I'm sorry I didn't have more girls here. Like, next time I'll try, like, whatever. And he was like, well, since I didn't get anything, do you think you could help me out? And I was like, and girl, and girl, you didn't have to ask me twice. Like, I was lunged over on that D, girl. I was like, I was doing the absolute most. I was like, you already know, like, holy shit, bitch. I hate myself. I hate myself so much for this next part. So I ended up sucking his dick too. And then he gets up and I'm like, what are you doing? On the couch, like on all fours, like I'm on all floors, like bent over, like facing the wall, like on the couch, like where his dick would. He goes behind me. I thought he was going behind me to eat my ass or something, or to do something like that, girl. I don't even know. But he went behind me and stuck it in. Girl, like, I was shook as hell, like, cause I had so much Taco Bell, like, that day, like, it was not even funny, like, I had so much Taco Bell, like, it's not even cute, so, I was not planning on going all the way, but he didn't tell me, and I was like, oh my god, like, you have to tell me before you, like, completely beak me, like, what the hell, so, I'm bent over, and I'm like, whatever, and I just feel pretty much, and I feel it go in me, and I'm like, ugh. Like literally, I had gone like paraplegic, girl. I was like, oh my goodness. And once he stuck it in fully, I was like, take it out. He took it out and was like, mind you, he did not go in with a condom. He didn't even go in with any lube. Like, it was literally, like, terrible. Like, you're not supposed to do that. And I know that he was a virgin, so he didn't really know how to have anal sex, but I was like, that's not how you're supposed to do it. Like, seriously, that's, like, not the way. I don't want to, like, diarrhea all over the floor. Like, what the hell? So, after he does that, I grab my, like, underwear, I pull them up, and I run to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, like, I run to my bathroom across the room, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, walk of shame to the bathroom. And I just leave him out here to sulk in his little, you know, what the hell was that, you know, kind of feeling. And so I go to the bathroom, I fix myself, I put myself together, I come back out, I go sit on the couch with him, and I'm like, you know what, like, I'm sorry, but you cannot just do that. Like, I'm sorry, you cannot just come up behind me and stick it in like that. I was not expecting that. And I was about to paint the walls. Seriously, like, I was this close to painting the walls. And then we hear a honk from outside. And, you know, Dick goes over to the window and he looks outside and it's Tom, actually. Tom is back and he's in his car and he's there to pick up Dick. And so Dick is like, oh, Tom is here. I'm gonna go leave now. And I was like, okay, bye. He really doesn't even acknowledge me that much. He's like, bye, and like runs out. Honey, he ran out so quick. As soon as they left, I was like, oh my god, what did I just do? Like, I just hooked up with these guys. Like, I just hooked up with a friend group. Like, ugh, that's so, like, not cute. They're probably all talking about me, like, you know, saying the absolute most, like, talking about how I'm a whore, like, doing the absolute most. So basically, this is where the drama comes in, okay? So the other night, and I look at my phone, and my phone is ringing, and it says no caller ID, so it was a blocked number. And I was like, for some reason, I felt the need to answer it. And I answered the phone, and I'm like, hello? And it's this guy, and he's like, yo, will you suck my dick? And I'm like, what? Like, who is this? And he's like, yo, just suck my dick, like, give me your address, let me come through and suck my dick, please. And I'm like, who the hell? I start screaming into the phone, I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, who even is this? Like, I don't even freaking know you. And he's like, yo, like, shut up. Like, being all kinds of rude to me. He's like, shut up and just give me your address and let me come so that I can get my dick sucked. And I'm like, I'm sorry, who the fuck are you? Like, you are not gonna talk to me like that. Like, what the fuck? Then he's like, you're the transgender, right? Like, you're the transgender. Like, can I come get my dick sucked? Like, I heard trannies give the best head, telling me all this shit. Like, he's like, I heard you give really good head. Like, let me come get my dick sucked. And this pissed me off because, oh hell no, you are not about to give out my freaking number to your freaking friends so they can come and get their dick sucked because I'm the tranny that gives good head. Like, I was so over it. Like, I was like, okay, fuck that. And I was on a little bit of wine. So I got really mad, and I had, you know, I had just started hormones, so I was like really pissed off. So I started screaming into the phone. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, I'm speaking from the gut. Like, I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, I will fuck you up. Like, I will burn your car to crisp, bitch. Like, I'm screaming into the phone, girl. He's like, shut up and suck my dick, you fucking bitch. Like, all this shit, talking the most shit to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, fuck this shit. So I was like, no, fuck you, like, fuck this shit. And I basically was just screaming at him, like, fuck you, like, nobody wants to suck your tiny ass dick, like, go fuck yourself, like, nobody's bothered, like, get the hell out, you smell like cheese, like, fuck you. So yes. So then he goes, you talk too much, like, fuck you, you ruined it, bye, like, you ruined my boner, like, bye, and hung up. And I was like, honey, oh hell no. And I knew exactly who this was from. Because I do not give out my number to anybody. Like, I'm really just sketchy about that. Like, I will not give out my number. Especially because I acted like a super slut with him and his friends a couple of days ago. And I was like, hey, like, of course he's giving his number out to all my friends saying, oh, free head. Like, I know where her apartment is. Like, this transgender girl gives really good head and she just, like, does it. Like, all you have to do is ask. So, yeah, girl, that was my story time about how I hooked up with a group of straight guys. I plan on never talking to these guys again. There will never, ever get any of this cute little lips on their dick ever again, girl. I hope you liked this video. Please give me a like, subscribe, share the video, girl. Leave a little comment if you have similar stories. I'd love to hear. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching, girl. I know I'm a mess. I'm sorry. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.